Hello, Elmira, and welcome in here tonight as your Elmira Pioneers get set to take on the Geneva Red Wings for another time this season. Certainly a matchup that's happened quite a few times back at home, out on the road, and now back on the road again. We'll see what the Pioneers can do tonight. Coming off that big win last night, certainly was something to talk about. 5-2 victory, 2 runs in the fourth, 1 run in the fifth, 2 runs in the sixth. The lineup, you're going to notice, hasn't changed a whole heck of a lot today. I guess once you find that success, you got to stick with it. So we'll see what the Pioneers change up here today. Of course, one big difference will, of course, be the starting pitcher as Kevin Teshko gets his second start on the season. Teshko here in the previous start he was a reliever, and he has a 3.0 ERA, only pitched for 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, one of them earned, 5 base on balls. So definitely wants to do a little bit better here tonight. But of course, when you start off out here, it's always going to be a little bit of a challenge, but hopefully Kevin can come around. Of course, his brother Ryan had a heck of a night last night. He went 1 for 4. Didn't have the RBI he had the night before, but continues to be a big hitter in those situations, moving runners along, getting the base paths moving, and keeping things going. And not to mention that beautiful play he made from left field. The bang bang, he caught it, threw it right in, beat out the runner from third to home, and the double play there to end an inning to keep the score knotted at 0 back in the early part of the game. That was impressive, and we'll have to see exactly what can happen as the time continues on here. And of course, tonight in Geneva, going to see a few recognizable names. We've heard them a couple times already this year, but the pitching staff tonight will be Parker Askegreen. Askegreen, a freshman out of Palomar. He's from San Diego, California, and so far this year is having a heck of a season. One appearance so far, but he has really not mailed it in. 1.5 ERA, has pitched 6 innings. He started that game, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. That 1 earned run coming off a home run. So perhaps something that the Pioneers lineup can take advantage of. Ruhlman, Henneman, Harmon all in the lineup today. Mejia back in the lineup, Moskowitz. So we'll have to see what the Pioneers can do. But we haven't seen the power game played very much. Of course, very hard to get that going at Dunn Field. So we'll have to see if they can turn it around here today. Obviously, a much shorter porch out to any direction as we look out. 325 down the side on either side, right and left field. 402 out there to center field. So a little bit different variation on the walls. Of course, the have to quite hit it 20 feet in the air as you do back at historic Dunn Field. And we hope all of you have joined us at historic Dunn Field already this season. Of course, you will have another opportunity, as you heard right before the broadcast, to head out to historic Dunn Field this coming week. A couple of opportunities actually coming up as the Pioneers are home on Thursday and then again on Friday and Saturday. So will be an interesting evening every time you get a chance to come out to Dunn Field. The Pioneers sure put on a heck of a show, both on the field and on the sidelines. Had some great guest interactions this weekend as Crispy Bacon led it the way through a dizzy bat race, some pizza eating contests. If you're a big fan of Papa John's, one of our great sponsors, Papa John's, was there to help kick off the Pioneer season. And of course, lots of other great and exciting events. As you look down the schedule coming up, the Pioneers are getting ready for a lot of great fun promotions. More fireworks nights are coming up, but this week alone, Chemung Canal Trust Night on Thursday, free Frisbees to everyone in attendance. Saturday night, Battle of the Badges, post-game fireworks, as we already said. The Sunday, June 16th game, the first Sunday game of the season to take place at Dunn Field, will be the Father's Day game. His Tabernacle, play catch on the field, Bobby K Fun Day, or Sunday Fun Day, and a free inflatable b-ball. We'll have to see what that is. Could be a lot of fun. And then, of course, the following week, Wednesday, June 19th, Weenie Wednesday, is a dollar hot dog night and another Chemung Canal Trust night. So a lot of great fun stuff coming up. There's free cowbells, Hilliard Thundersticks, Demet's Turtles. A thank you to veterans with free Texas Roadhouse appetizers. You don't want to miss a minute, so make sure you check out theelmirapioneers.com to find out all of the great giveaways that are coming up this season. And you won't want to miss a minute of that action. Of course, the Pioneers off to a little bit of a rocky start, not where they would want to be However, they're trying to push their way through. They've really kind of run into some stiff competition here early in the season. Did improve that mark to 3 wins yesterday. Unfortunately, the 5-game losing streak still has them 2 games under 500. They'd love to put a dent in that here today before they head back out on the road, not tomorrow, but Tuesday, up to Colburn Park up in Newark. I'm sure Newark, after that 5-2 loss the other day, will be looking for a little bit of retribution. And then Wednesday, the last game of the road trip, will be a West versus East matchup as Elmira heads out to Mohawk Valley to take on the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. First matchup against them this season, and Mohawk Valley has certainly put themselves in a good position as a opponent here in the PGCBL, as Mohawk Valley has continued to be dominant throughout their time in the PGCBL with a championship ring and certainly competitive every single year. So this will be the sole time that these two teams face off as I look down the calendar here, but it will be certainly be a very competitive matchup as Mohawk Valley never fails to put out a competitive team. So as we look ahead again, after that, the home games are coming hot and heavy. Starting Thursday night, Geneva will come to town again. Friday night, Elmira heads back to Newark. And Saturday, Sunday, Elmira will take on the Socrates Stallions. That's an East versus West matchup back to back Saturday and Sunday night. Sunday will be a 4:05 start. So just for those of you checking out the PGCBL calendar, you won't want to make that mistake. We had some issues today as a 5:05 start here this evening, but a 4:05 start back at home at Dunn Field. So those matchups are always fun and a great time to bring out the kiddos and get a chance to check out all the great fun and happening at Dunn Field. The next game will be Wednesday, June 19th. That'll take place against Newark at home before a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series in Watertown Friday, in Geneva on Saturday, at home on Sunday, another 4:05 start. Month of June will close out with a trip to Newark, a trip to Oneonta, a trip to Watertown, a trip to Geneva, and then 2 home games against Newark and Geneva to round out first month of play. Folks, it comes quick, and I'll tell you, playing every day, the Elmira Pioneers certainly have their work cut out for them, as they're going to have to try to put themselves in a playoff position so that the second month of the schedule can hopefully be something to look out at and be optimistic about, with playoffs beginning immediately following the final day of the season. That'll be August 1st, and the Pioneers hoping to be a part of it for another consecutive season. And the Pioneers have come out. They're still missing some pitchers. That point has been well talked about already, but hopefully the hitting can get their improvement. Nathan Berg last night, who leads things off yet again tonight, he went 0 for 2 on the evening last night, but did have 2 base on balls and came around to score. You look down the roster last night, the hits still not coming in bunches. There were 6 hits last night, 1 from Teshko, 2 from Preston Moore, 2 from Henneman, and 1 from Bryce Moskowitz. But Buffington had none, Granger had none, Richardson, Ruhlman, Berg, all with no hits. Of course, they did get on via the base on balls throughout the lineup, and that certainly helps, but you can't count on those to procure runs. So the Elmira Pioneers are going to have to find a way to get things done here, as the hits have not been coming. The pitching, you look at a record right now of 3-5, and you start thinking, well, the pitching must not be doing great. But you look down the numbers for the Pioneers. Stephen Rossi has an ERA above 10, but pretty much everybody else right where they should be, roughly. When you look at Ben Terwilliger has a 1.00 ERA, Kevin Eshko and Trey Harmon both with 3.0, Alex Bardo with a 3.6. Austin and Ernest. Ernest got blew up a little bit the other day with the unfortunate second start after a 10 strikeout performance his first night. Those both up at 6. But in all honesty, the pitching has not been the problem. The pitching has kept it close. If you look down what the Pioneers' results look at so far, it's been a position here where the Pioneers really haven't been blown out. George and I talked about it a lot last night. You count the separation, it was a 7-5 loss to Watertown, a 6-5 loss to Socrates, 7-4 loss to Geneva, 6-2 loss to Newark. uh, before winning. They won their first 2 games of the year, 5-3, 5-0. The Pioneers really like to get that 5 runs on the board. The only game they really had the blowout against was Adirondack. They'll obviously be looking to rectify that the next time that they see Adirondack. However, they're going to have to wait just a little bit for that. They will head back out there on Monday, July the 22nd. But before that, not a ton of matchups with Adirondack, only the 2 trips out there, and I don't believe I see a single visit from Adirondack this year. So, two 2 times facing the Adirondack team, and hopefully they'll be able to rectify that 15-2 loss they suffered there on June the 3rd. But that will come later, and right now the focus has to be Geneva, a team they played 12 times this season. Geneva lost the opening game of the season 5-3. Then Geneva was able to come away with the victory here in Geneva on Tuesday last week, 7-4. Geneva now for the 3rd time this season taking on the Elmira Pioneers, and we'll have to see what the Pioneers have learned and how they can turn things around for themselves and hopefully get themselves back into the win column yet again here. Would love to get very, very close as can to 500. Pioneers, of course, will be looking to keep things moving. We've talked about the starting lineup. Nathan Berg batting 200 will lead things off. Of course, his position as a leadoff batter, brand new to him. He's really only had it last night, and 3 at bats as a leadoff hitter. He's had 1 walk, so it'll be an interesting matchup as uh, our head coach, Matt Birch, tries to figure out exactly what he's got, how to work with these players, and what exactly works in every situation. Of course, the one big concern that I heard walking through the stands back at Dunn Field yesterday was the pitching staff, which, of course, we've mentioned more than a time or two that the pitching staff is short, and we'll have to see exactly how they can remedy that until the rest of the pitchers do arrive. But you do have a number in the bullpen already, and we'll see exactly how long a leash everyone has here tonight. Elmira will be wearing their visiting blues as Geneva wearing their home whites, and we'll see what is on tap as we're about to step aside for the national anthem. You're listening to Elmira Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so there you go. Tribute to our nation with the Star Spangled Banner, and now the Elmira Pioneers getting set for their second visit here to Geneva. The Red Wings going to have a ceremonial first pitch here, and then we do apologize for the quality here of the video, getting very clear picture of the fence, but the picture of the a little bit blurrier. Let me try to adjust that. So I do apologize again, fans, as we try to make that a little clearer for you. As there is apparently as best I'm going to get it. So I do apologize, fans, as hopefully you're able to get the image. as I'm getting a reflection of it here. And thank you again for tuning in here live on YouTube Live as well as Mixler.com, your home for Pioneers baseball all season long. The Pioneers, as we've talked about here in the Miller's Mowing pregame show, remind you once again that if your lawn isn't in game day condition, call Miller's Mowing for all of your mowing and lawn care needs. So we thank our great sponsors over there at Miller's Mowing for helping us out as we get set for the game here tonight. We're getting to the end of our Miller's Mowing pregame show. And you can reach our great friends at Miller's Mowing, excuse me, folks, dancing around a little bit here at 607-302-8226. Paperwork getting a little messy up here in the booth. A little bit of a breeze up here tonight, which is a nice, relaxing change instead of some petrified wind. Had quite a bit of that as the week has gone on. But we do appreciate our great sponsors over at Miller's Mowing, and we thank them so much for helping us out with the pregame show here tonight as the Pioneers get set to take on Geneva. The Red Wings and the Pioneers have split the season series thus far 1-1, and as we've said, they'll see a lot of each other as the final warm-up pitch is tossed. Want to remind everybody once again that the Pioneers are back in action at historic Dunn Field in just a couple of days. Thursday night, the Pioneers will return home. If you can't make it down to Dunn Field, don't forget to tune in here on Mixler.com or live on YouTube Live and check out our great baseball action as the Pioneers are set here during this 2019 season. And of course, looking for more paths to victory, looking to get themselves back to 500 on this young season. Just a couple of games away from doing so as Nathan Berg steps to the plate. The Xavier infield freshman from New Prague, Minnesota, will step up to the dish now. A brand new scoreboard here at McDonough Park. So as we conclude the Miller's Mowing pregame show, make sure to give them a call. Your lawn needs to be put up to game day conditions, 302-826. The first pitch is in there for a ball, 1-0. As the beautiful scoreboard down here in right field is lit up and accurately keeping time. Nice to see that. As the second pitch is in there for ball 2 outside. Little control issues here for Asker Green. See if Berg can take advantage of that. 2 balls, no strikes. Asker Green with an interesting stance on the hill. He delivers. Big swing there from Nathan Berg. 2 balls, 1 strike. So we'll watch again as Asker Green comes set there on the mound, looking out, almost holding his hand out as if he's looking for something to be put in there. That one's connected on, delivered, and out there to left field. That one is foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lost that one in the sun myself as that one got over into foul territory. And Berg really getting the bat on the ball very, very well there. So the ball comes back in. Hand it back to the umpire, and Nathan Berg will resume his duties here at the plate. Berg steps up as the pitch coming in, delivered, and rings up. Berg looking. Berg will strike out and go down as the first batter of the game. Takes it on the chin, and that'll bring up Ryan Teshko. Teshko tonight playing center field. A little different for him. No, excuse me. We have a different lineup here as Jeff Mejia. Jeff Mejia comes up to the plate here as he steps in. Clearly adjusted. So Mejia stepping up, and the pitch in there for a strike. As Mejia steps back in. The windup and the pitch in there for strike number 2. Mejia. As Mejia setting up again, he waits. The windup and the pitch outside, ball 1. So, a little different lineup than what we had before the game as Mejia getting set. He waits. The pitcher still waiting for the sign. Has it, moves into his windup, and deals outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Mejia, the sophomore outfielder from UMass Lowell, out of North Reading, Massachusetts. See what he can do. The windup and the pitch. That one's hit. Gonna go foul again. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. As once again, pitcher will step back on the mound. Mejia waits. As here comes the pitch, the windup and delivery, low and inside or low and outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Mejia waits in the batter's box, the windup and the pitch, high, ball 4. As Mejia will take a walk, that'll put him on base, and we'll bring up Preston Moore, who looks to be playing third base. So Moore coming into the batter's box. Talked about the night he had last night. Certainly was a good one for him. As Mejia is down there on first. Well, last minute switch up perhaps of the batting order. So we'll see what the changes are here, as once again, Moore, a freshman infielder from Stanford College, steps in, has a runner on base this time. As the windup and delivery, in and low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Moore is batting .375 on the year, 6 hits, 16 at bats. Has just 1 base on balls in his appearances so far. As Askegreen having to work out of the stretch here. The delivery and inside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. As Askegreen comes set out of the stretch, looking down, see what Moore can do. The 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike. As Askegreen comes set yet again, he checks the runner at first. He sets and delivers. Runner is off. Swinging strike number 2. That one bounces towards second base, hits the runner, but that will get him into second base as Mejia steals a base. And now a 3-2 count, 1 out. We'll see what Preston Moore can do here. Moore waits. Stares out at the pitcher, checks the runner at second. Runner at second dancing out there. Swing and a miss. So Moore goes down with the strikeout, and that'll bring up Mason Ruhlman, the second baseman. So as Ruhlman heads up, another left-handed bat here. So Ruhlman steps in. Ruhlman staring down at Askegreen as he comes set on the mound. Askegreen winds and delivers, and big swing there from Ruhlman. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out here in the top half of the first as the Pioneers looking to get something started. So Askegreen comes set, still working out of the stretch. He's had to do that since the second batter of the inning. He gets set, winds and deals. That one in there for a strike as Ruhlman disagrees with the call, looking down at his third base coach. As now Ruhlman steps back in. He waits as Askegreen gets the sign. Comes set. He winds and delivers, and caught there. That one's going to get foul and out of play there by Mason Ruhlman. Yes, Mason Ruhlman's heads back to the box as the junior infielder from the University of Minnesota Crookston will look to straighten that one out. Wants to get the bat back on the ball again for sure. Ruhlman getting set, waiting for the delivery. Askerin trying to work out of this setting and leave that runner stranded in scoring position there on second base. Ruhlman waits. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ruhlman goes down on strikes. So, 4 batters came up. 1 reached on a base on balls, but the other 3 went down on strikeouts, and that'll bring Geneva up in the bottom half of the first. We'll see what happens when we come back. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back here as Brainy Rojas steps in, the center fielder for the Geneva Red Wings. He steps in and will be the first one to face off with Kevin Teshko. Teshko winds, deals. That one is chopped on and fouled away. 0-1 the count. Teshko, we talked about it. His twin brother, of course, has been a big bat in the lineup for the Pioneers here in the last couple of games as he delivers strike number 2 to Brainy Rojas. Rojas, as a leadoff batter, has been very effective, batting .500 as that one goes up and over his head. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's 3 for 6 at the plate as a leadoff man. Also has worked 3 base on balls. So Rojas waits. Teshko winds and deals. That one is fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes remains the count. As we'll wait again. Teshko winds, delivers, and little high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup and deal. Inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count is full. And again, this will put some pressure as Teshko gets back on the mound, looking to get through the first out here in the bottom of the first. Windup, and that one is in there for ball 4. Rojas will earn the walk. That'll bring up Noah Fisher as Fisher comes to the plate. Fisher comes on with runners on. He's batting .333, so 3 for 9 on the young season. As Fisher steps in, he stares out and will wait. Teshko looking to rebound from that initial leadoff walk there. He winds, delivers, and in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. So, first pitch strikes has been the specialty here for Teshko. As he checks the runner at first, Rojas, not too big a lead. He'll be looked back again as Teshko paying a lot of attention to the runner on first. Fisher steps back in the box, and Teshko looking in. He stares down his catcher, looks back at first, and throws back over again. Again, not in time. So Teshko looking in for the sign. Checks Rojas again. Comes set. Winds and deals that one outside for a ball. 1 strike. Nobody out. As again, the Pioneers looking to get themselves back into the batter's box as quickly as possible. Has been a rough outing so far. As the pitch comes here from Teshko. Fouled back again. And that one's up and over the stand. So we want to remind you once again to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So stepping back in is Fisher. Staring out as Teshko has a 1-2 count. Teshko trying to get the first out of the inning. He delivers and punches out Fisher. So Fisher goes 0 for 1 on the strikeout. That'll bring up the shortstop, Brock Kaufman. Kaufman heads in. Kaufman is a right-handed bat from East Stroudsburg, a freshman from Blue Ball, Pennsylvania. As with runners on base, Kaufman is hitting just 182. He's had 11 attempts and worked 2 base on balls. The windup and the pitch in there for a ball. First, a non-first pitch strike there. As Teshko looks in. As once again, thrown over to first, checking on Rojas. Rojas not getting out to a very huge lead, but Teshko seems to be very concerned about what might happen there. As we look down, once again, Teshko checks the runner at first. Rojas has only had 4 stolen bases this season. This one's going to bounce away, and we'll get Rojas to second as he rounds big lap there around second base. But the ball is scooped back up. So Rojas gets to second on the passed ball. As looking down there tonight, in the catcher spot is Bryce Moskowitz. He's wearing 14 here tonight. As now, Kaufman waiting on the pitch. Teshko looks in, delivers. That one swung on, grounded towards the shortstop, picked up easily, thrown over to first. And no, he couldn't hold on to it there, as that was a rough one for the first baseman, Trevor Henneman. Skipped out of his glove. Should have been an easy out. Unable to get it, though, so Kaufman will reach on the error. And that'll bring up Trevor Rogers. Only 1 out in the inning. The scoreboard showing 2. So that brings in Rogers as he will step up. Scoreboard now corrected. Teshko coming in. He waits. The windup and the pitch. In there for a strike. So, sun clearly blazing out there in the left field sky as Teshko checks over on the runner at first. He waits. As Teshko waits and begins his windup, throws and fouled away there. No balls, 2 strikes here. Teshko once again comes in, gets back on the rubber. As Teshko looks down in for the sign. Not a lot of room to maneuver out there for the runner on third, Rojas. This one thrown in there and in the inside for a ball. So Rogers, certainly a big presence there in the batter's box, batting from the left-hand side of the plate. Teshko thought he had enough to ring him up there, didn't quite get it done. As he sets on the mound, checks the runner at third, winds and deals. This one connected on foul yet again. Goes down there towards the Geneva bullpen, and Teshko will head back out to the mound. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Teshko comes set, he waits. Rogers back in the box. Teshko checks on both runners. Begins his windup, deals, and outside into the opposite batter's box there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. So very quick top of the first for Geneva, but has not had the same success here as Kevin Teshko looking to get himself through it. He waits the deal. This one's hammered down the right field line, but foul. Will hit off the Real Fence Incorporated sign down there. Teshko heads back to the mound, looking for just one pitch to try to get himself another out. Rogers certainly not an easy out, that's for sure, on this young season. Rogers batting .353, 6 for 17, as he will back out of the box. Umpire calling for time yet again, as now Teshko steps back in. He winds, he deals, connected with, and hit out into the outfield. That's going to drive in the first run of the game on a single, and the Pioneers will trail from the get-go again. So an RBI for Trevor Rogers, as the single there will get him an RBI, and that one will bring up Leo Wells, the designated hitter. Wells, don't see on the roster as having an official at bat as of this point. So we'll see what he can do here. The windup and the pitch. Low for ball 1. Rojas crosses the plate on that base on balls. He does score a run. As he waits. First hit of the game now officially on the board, as that's in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Downs showdown. As you too can be an all-star, head on down to Tioga Downs this summer and see Smash Mouth live. Teshko waits, he winds, deals, and hits the batter. So Wells will make it to first with the hit by pitch. And that will bring up Harrison Treble. Conversation at the mound between pitcher and catcher. As you hate to run into trouble this early here in the first inning. Bases are loaded. As Teshko comes back to the mound, steps on the rubber, and that, as we said, brings up Treble. Treble, who's batting with the bases loaded. This is his first time he's had this situation this year. Treble waits. As Teshko just looking for an opportunity to get an out. The infield corners are on the grass. Waiting, dealing, and in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Teshko very consistent here, throwing the first pitch strike. It's what's happened after that that has been the problem. Teshko waits, he sets. Deals, and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. As once again, Teshko stands on the mound. Gets a sign, comes set, and winds, dealing, in there, fouled back towards the press box here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. So Teshko looking in for the sign, looking for 1 pitch to get out of this inning. He's got 1 out. With the bases loaded, turning a double play could be a possibility here for sure. That one swung on and missed, as Treble will go down 0 for 1 with a strikeout. So far, 5 outs in the ballgame, all 5 coming on strikeouts, 2 from Geneva and 3 from the Pioneers. That'll bring up Logan Kellerman. The catcher now batting in the seventh spot in the order. Bases still loaded. The pitch in there for a strike yet again. Teshko's thrown a lot of pitches here in this first inning. As he comes set yet again. He winds and deals that one in there for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Trying to get out of the first inning here, only having given up 1 run on 1 hit. Trevor Rogers' RBI single. As now, once again, Kellerman comes set. The pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strike, or 1 ball, 2 strikes, excuse me. So Teshko returns to the mound. He looks in. Stares down the catcher as Kellerman gets himself set. Very tight to the plate there, right on the edge of the batter's box. He winds and deals and hammered out there towards third. Gets underneath the third baseman. This is going to score 1. And a second runner coming around, and he will get in 2. So, another single. Kellerman goes 1 for 1 and gets 2 RBIs for his trouble. As that will put Geneva up 3-0. Here in the bottom of the first, runners remain on first and second. Ryan Galaney coming up now. As looking back once again is Teshko. He winds, he deals, and that one outside for a ball. Teshko looking in yet again. Down 3-0 here early, just in the first inning of play. The wind, the deal, swinging strike. That one fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Teshko heads back to the mound and will try to stretch out his arm a little bit. I'm sure as many batters as he's faced, he's already into the number 8 spot in the lineup. Teshko comes set. He looks in, winds, and deals that one inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Teshko getting some dirt on his hands, wiping it off on his pants before he touches the ball again. Trying to remove some of that moisture, I'm sure. Hot summer afternoon as he delivers, and in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As Teshko looks in. He waits. Comes set. And time is called. And Galaney will back out. So, Galaney stepping back in. You see a lot of these Geneva batters really close, tight to the plate. Not giving a lot of room for the pitchers to work. As Teshko deals, that one's hit right back towards the second baseman. Picked up, thrown over to second. The shortstop covering will put him out. And Galaney goes 0 for 1. So after 1, the Pioneers trail 3-0 and will be looking to respond here when we get back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, and we are back here live. As once again, this will bring up Trevor Henneman. Henneman will get his first appearance at the plate tonight. Henneman playing first base here tonight instead of his usual catching spot, as he is 0 for 6 leading off. So Henneman comes up as once again Green coming out. He has certainly got some safety measures up there on the board now with 3-0 lead. He delivers. That one hops there in the opposite batter's box. 1-0 count. So Henneman stepping in. He gets set as Green holds his glove way out in front of him. Very interesting pitching style here, as that one's delivered in there. 2 balls, no strikes. As now Henneman staring down. He waits. The delivery. And big swing there from Henneman. 2 balls, 1 strike. Still nobody out. Henneman trying to adjust his batter's box to his liking. As Henneman looking out yet again. He comes set. The delivery. And big swing again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Henneman will try to compose himself as he steps back in. Looking out at Green, who winds. Delivers and swinging strike again. So every out the Pioneers have made now has been on a strikeout, as that brings up Trey Harmon. Harmon, the designated hitter tonight, freshman at Kentucky, originally from Somerset, Kentucky. As Harmon gets set in the box. The pitch, the delivery is outside. As on deck now is Quinn Buffington. We'll see if he'll be the next batter here. The windup and the pitch. Big swing there by Harmon. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Downs showdown. Don't forget to stop by Tioga Downs. Check out their brand new hotel. Quite a luxurious stay. The pitch is inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Harmon looking to get on base here. As Green sets, he winds and deals. As that one outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Harmon waits. The pitch from Green. Inside ball 4. Harmon takes a walk. And that is almost an exact replica of what happened in the first inning. Strikeout, walk, and now Quinn Buffington comes to the plate. The center fielder making his way out. Buffington, who has not had a great start to the season so far, will be looking to help himself out. He's batting $174 on this young season. Couple of gaps around the infield. That one low and outside again. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on first is Harmon. As Buffington steps back in. He waits as Green staring in. Gets the sign, working out the stretch again. Delivers. Buffington connects there. That's going out towards the outfield. Both outfielders chasing after. It's going to get down off the wall from the Sherwin-Williams sign. Trey Harmon getting himself around third, heading for home. And he beats out the play. He will score, and Buffington has an RBI double as he goes 1 for 1. So, Pioneers pulling themselves back within 2. As that will bring up Bryce Moskowitz tonight wearing number 14. So, number 14, Bryce Moskowitz, the catcher. He steps in. As once again, this is Green. Coming set, out of the stretch, runner on second. Second time tonight the Pioneers have had a runner in scoring position, and takes ball one there. Moskowitz, catcher from the University of Pittsburgh, originally from LaGrange, Illinois, first team all area, all conference, and all conference academic his senior year in high school. He waits, Aska Green coming set. He starts his delivery, and ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. Buffington, the center fielder, certainly has some speed out there. We'll see if he chooses to use it. Going towards third, always an interesting matchup if you're going to take the chance or not, as there will be a conference at the mound yet again. See what Moskowitz chooses to do here, as he's got a 2-0 count. Usually right after the hustle, you kind of see what the pitcher's going to do. Usually a little bit calmer, as now he waits. Moskowitz waiting for the pitch. It comes, and in there for a strike. As we just talked about, Schultz on deck next. He will finish off the Pioneers order, as hopefully no odd double play here, and Schultz will be able to bat here at the top of the second. 3-1 lead in favor of Geneva at the moment. Buffington on second, hoping to trim that even further. Aska Green checks the runner, winds up and deals. Hit there by Moskowitz out towards center, and straight away that's going to be caught. Buffington pulls back and heads back to second base. He had tagged, but third base coach didn't want him to go anywhere, as that was way too close. Moskowitz with the fly out. As Buffington retreats back to second, that'll bring up Garrett Schultz. Schultz, the right fielder. Freshman to be at Xavier, Garrett has racked up numerous accolades in his high school career, and now looking to improve on that as he heads towards the college. Schultz setting up. There's 2 outs on the board. Schultz would love to get a hit here, as that one's low. Aska Green not great so far with the first pitch strikes. He's really been a little wild, but manages to calm down as the at-bat rolls on. Pitching out to the stretch, never comfortable. As he checks the runner at second, Buffington hasn't moved much. The wind, the pitch, this one is hit towards the shortstop, bounces, and cleared and over to first, as that'll be a ground out for Schultz, and the Pioneers unable to do anything with a runner at second base. So they will head back out to the field, where they will face 9-1-2. That's White, Rojas, and Fisher. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, so as the Pioneers throw it down, see the second inning of work out of the other half of the Twins, Kevin Teshko. Teshko, selected to compete in the prestigious Carpenter Cup. He helped lead Gateway to a conference title during his tenure back in high school and threw a no-hitter in the opening game of his senior year. This brings up Thursel White. White, no stats thus far this season, so his first game here. We'll see what he can do against Teshko. Teshko winds, delivers inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. So, Pioneers did get themselves on the board. That most certainly helps, as White grounds one there towards third base. Picked up barehanded, thrown over to first, in there in time, as the Pioneers, with a beautiful play there, the third baseman making his throw really count as Moore got White over there at first base. So that'll bring up Brainy Rojas. Rojas, no official at bat yet. He's had the base on balls. So Rojas steps in. Teshko would love to get through another quick inning here. Thrown in there, low ball one. As that one gets away from the catcher. He will head out, take a few steps towards the mound, and turn right back around. So we'll see what the Pioneers can do here. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Looking to get things going here. Teshko, that one's delivered right towards second base, picked up and thrown over by Ruhlman. 2 quick outs. And that's the way he wanted to start for Teshko after that really rough first inning. That'll bring up Noah Fisher, the second baseman. He comes to the plate 0 for 1 with a strikeout already on the evening. So Fisher steps back in. 2 outs already up there for Teshko, trying to make his way through a second inning. That one's chopped and fouled, way out of play. I want to remind everybody to make the right decision, insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As Teshko comes back, set, winds and deals. That one fouled away again. So in case you didn't hear me the first time, Gerber Collision and Auto Glass for all of your auto needs. As Teshko comes set one more time. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 strikeout already on the docket for Fisher. See if Teshko can get him going again. Teshko winds and deals and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Pioneers coming back with a run in the second, need to find a way to get back in the batter's box and strike away 2 more runs as the windup and the pitch. Fouled back again right towards the booth as we keep the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fisher has certainly had an interesting run of it here early, the Northern Kentucky freshman. Wind and deal. That one is fouled off yet again, so another 1 ball, 2 strike count. As Teshko goes and retrieves the fouled off pitch, returns it to the umpire, and will head back for the mound. Teshko heads back out. He gets on the mound with a score 3-1. Teshko had a very rough first inning. The Pioneers' batting order, though, started getting things going there in the top of the second. Quinn Buffington with a huge double that drove in a run. This one popped up and out of play again. 1 ball, 2 strikes remains the count, 2 out, as Teshko trying to get through the second inning of work. Certainly had to throw a lot of pitches back in inning number 1. He winds and delivers. Swung on, hit out there towards right center field, and nobody's going to get there as it bounces off the Budweiser sign. Thrown in. This will be a double for Noah Fisher as the second baseman now stands on second base. So a strikeout and a double on the night for him as Brock Kaufman comes up. Kaufman 0 for 1 on the night as well. As Kaufman steps back in. Kaufman, with runners on scoring position and 2 men out, has gone 0 for 2 on the season. As Kaufman kicks his way in. Again, you notice watching at home on the youtube.com, everybody stands really close to the plate there for Geneva, really right on that batter's box edge, as the pitcher and catcher will have a discussion trying to get the signs in order, I'm sure, with a runner on second base. Not something unaccustomed to, as they had to do it a number of times in the first inning there. As now they appear to be righted. And this will bring Teshko set. He looks in for the sign, as I'm sure he already probably has it, having had that discussion with the catcher. But Kaufman steps back in, facing his first pitch with a runner in scoring position. The wind, the deal, and grounded there towards the shortstop. Picked up, and a quick throw over is in there and in time. Kaufman 0 for 2, and that will send the Pioneers back to the plate. You're listening to Elmira Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so that'll bring up number 6, Nathan Berg, the shortstop. 0 for 1 on the night already. He does have a strikeout. Unfortunately, back in the first part of the first inning, he hit a long foul ball. Just couldn't straighten it out and ended up striking out there. So he takes 1 ball already on the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Leading off yet again is Berg. Windup and the pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Green giving up that 1 run back there in the top half of the second on just the 1 hit the Pioneers have laid so far. Going to be looking to make some more contact here as the windup and the pitch. Big swing there. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Berg swinging himself right out of his jersey. So Berg looking out at the mound. Green winds and delivers. And inside. That hit him. So that skipped right off his foot. That will put him down on first base. So Berg remains 0-1, strikeout and a base on balls. And that'll bring up the second batter in the lineup, number 10, Jeff Mejia. Mejia, who walked back in the first inning and stole a base. So Mejia coming in, stares down at third base, getting his marching orders. As we look down at Berg, still that jersey hanging quite a bit open, so hopefully the button's still there. As the check over at first, and Berg will get back in time. Mejia waiting for his first pitch of his at-bat. Pioneers trailing just by 2 here. So we look down. Green coming set, working out of the stretch again. That one thrown over and a dangerous throw there. Green not completely under control of those throw-overs. First baseman coming up big with the save there. As once again, Mejia waits for his first pitch. Green coming set. He winds, delivers, and Mejia puts bat on ball, drives it out to left field, and that play is going to be made. So Mejia goes down on the fly out, won't advance the runner, as that will bring up Preston Moore. Moore, number 27, has gone 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Has the runner on first base. With a runner on, Moore hitting .429 in 7 at-bats. So pretty good start to the year for Preston Moore. Would love to advance the runner here. As Berg has his leadoff over there. In there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Berg returns to first. Moore comes back into the batter's box. He struck out his first time up. As Green coming set. By this point, working out of the stretch must just feel normal for Green. He's had to do it for most of the first 3 innings of work. He comes set, winds, deals, and big swing again there by Moore. 0-2 the count. So, batter's box. He looks out as Green comes set. His work out of the stretch a little different, as is to be expected. He almost tucks the glove under his chin. And then comes set, delivers, and a swing fouled off there by Moore. So, Moore coming back in. As he looks out, gets his instructions again, and we'll see what Berg is going to do here. Berg leading off of first base. He gets checked on once again. A little bit more controlled as that one went right to the first baseman's glove. No scooping action required. Green coming set yet again. Checks the runner at first. As he waits, Green delivers. Swing hit there by Moore right to the shortstop. The only play he's going to have is to first. And is finally called out. So Moore will go 0 for 2. And that'll bring up Mason Ruhlman. Does advance the runner, so Moore doing his job, but now with 2 outs, Ruhlman's going to feel the pressure. Mason's second year with the Pioneers, played a big part of the success last year. 2 triples, 4 home runs for the Soaring Eagles this year out there in Minnesota Crookston. I'd love to find a gap here. Bring home another run. Back-to-back innings with runs have really worked out well for the Pioneers as that one's outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out. Pioneers with just 1 hit on the evening so far as we're here in the 3rd inning of play. Roman waits, staring out at the mound. The pitch hit there by Roman, and that one's going to get into the parking lot. So we remind you once again to insist on Gerber Collision for any of your auto repair needs. Roman steps back in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Looking for a gap. He's got a runner on second base. Would love to drive him in. Roman waits. Asker Green comes set. He winds, delivers. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So, see what the Pioneers can do here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Scoring position with 2 outs. Asker Green has not given up a hit. He's had 2 at-bats in that situation. Asker Green comes set. He winds and deals. And outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Still the runner stands on second. As now, Roman stepping back in. Has 1 strikeout on the day. 3-1 count, 2 outs. The pitch. Connected on by Roman. That one is going to get in the gap, and that will bring in the run. Roman's going to get all the way around second and pull in there for a double. So an RBI double for Mason Roman. As that was a effective use, as Roman will run the protective gear over to the coach, and Trevor Henneman, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, comes in. Runner right back on second base. So Henneman coming in. Runners in scoring position. 2 men out. Not a situation he's faced this season. So we'll see what he can do here. Henneman did strike out back in his first at bat. 2 outs still on the board. The wind, the pitch, and in there for a strike. Henneman with that very unique batting stance closes up a lot of the strike zone. So if you're going to strike Henneman out, you're going to have to work for it. As he squats yet again, waiting on the pitch. The wind, the deliver, big swing there from Henneman. So 0-2 goes the count. See what Henneman can do here as he looks down at the first base coach. Henneman stepping back in. Ruhlman out there on second base. He waits. Asker Green coming set. Begins looking back, and now he'll move into his windup and throw, and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pioneers do have runs in back-to-back innings now in the second and the third, as they trail 3-2 here in the top of the third. Love to find a gap here and close that and make it an even ball game again. The windup, the pitch, and a big swing there and a miss. So Henneman goes down for the second time on strikes, and that will bring up the bottom half of the third. And we'll be right back as you're listening to Pioneers Baseball here on Mixlr.com. All right, and here we start off the bottom of the third with Trevor Rogers, the first baseman. He's 1 for 1, does have an RBI on the night already. You know, looking down, Teshko would love to get through another quick inning if he can. Rogers awaiting the first pitch as Teshko delivers outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Very rare ball on the first pitch. Teshko's been very effective to this point. Had a little struggle there in the first inning, but came around and certainly worked a very quick bottom of the second. Inside that time, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Pioneers have scored in back-to-back innings yet again, second and third, each with a run tallied. As now the windup and the pitch. That one connected on there, and that one will go foul towards the Geneva bullpen. 2 balls, 1 strike. As the Elmira Pioneers look to come back even here. Rogers definitely a big presence there in the batter's box. As the windup and the pitch outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Rogers does have a home run on the season. See, the 325 fence down right would certainly be the target, I would believe. He takes a big swing. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Teshko right back in it. Full count now. As Trevor Rogers steps back in. Staring out at Teshko. He winds and deals and connected off. And that one's going to get down the left field line and stay fair as it's going to get Rogers there into second base. So Rogers will double. He's now 2 for 2 on the night. There's an RBI and a double. So that'll bring up Leo Wells. Wells was hit by a pitch in his first appearance, also his first appearance of the season. So no official at-bats yet in the 2019 summer season. As we'll see what the Pioneers can do with him here. Teshko coming set. He checks the runner at second. He winds and delivers in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Teshko checking that runner on second. The first baseman, Trevor Rogers, just hit a double down the left field line. As now Wells waits. Teshko checking the runner again. Not a huge lead there for Trevor Rogers. Teshko giving the go-ahead again. He's got an 0-1 count here. 3-2 ball game in favor of Geneva at the moment. He winds and deals that one in there for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out for the Pioneers thus far. Teshko here in his third inning of work. He waits for the sign, gets it, comes set, checks the runner at second. He waits, winds, deals, and fouled back and over the seated crowd. So once again, we remind you, make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. And stepping back in, Leo Wells, still looking for his first official at-bat of the season. The windup and pitch from Teshko, connected on and grabbed it from the shortstop and touched on second base. Couldn't quite turn the double play, but Leo Wells gets his first official at bat. He lines out there to the shortstop, and a great play there. Once again, coming out of the glove of Nathan Berg. Talked about his apparent range issues back at Dunn Field, certainly not seeming to affect him here on the road. As this brings up Harrison Treble. Treble sets, waits, and connected right off the pitcher. Goes back towards the first baseman, and Henneman couldn't play it off of the weird hop, and that will score a run. And the scoring on this one is certainly going to be interesting, as that one hit off the pitcher. Henneman couldn't control it. So end all of be all of the play is there's a runner on second base, and Matt Birch comes out. Don't know if he's just checking on his hurler or he got it flush. We'll see here. As Teshko walking it out on the mound, certainly shaking his foot. As Birch trying to check, and the umpire even out there trying to make sure Teshko's okay. So they hand the ball back to the umpire. We'll see how Teshko does. He's going to get to throw a pitch here and see how he handles it. Matt Birch going to watch the mechanics. As there's the throw in there for a strike if the batter were up there. So it appears as though Teshko's okay. Nobody down in the pen. So he gets another one there. So he seems to be okay. Everybody seems satisfied with that. Either way, runner on second. A run does come into score, so we've got a 4-2 ball game now. And you're curious what could have happened if Henneman could have grabbed hold of that ball as it bounced off his pitcher and stepped on first. Unfortunately, it eked behind him. Put Treble on second base now, as they've marked it as an error, as that one is knocked up and out of play. So Treble, who's got the strikeout and the reached on error, and they moved to second base. As Kellerman steps in, he waits. The runner checked on back at second. The delivery goes back behind the catcher, and that's going to get by him for a pass ball, moving the runner to third now. Teshko reaching out for the ball. One strike, one out. Another tag down showdown. Kellerman 1 for 1. He's already got 2 RBIs on the night. So, see what he can do here as the Pioneers trying to keep this gap closed at 2. Teshko comes set. He winds, delivers over the top of the hitter. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Teshko comes set back on the rubber. Only 3 hits on the board for Geneva. They've scored 4 runs. Very effective here. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Teshko control beginning to look like a little bit of a problem yet again. Had some issues back in the first inning. He waits, winds, delivers, in there, hit towards short, and he knocks it down, but it's going to get the run in anyway. So a single for Kellerman again, and he will get his 3rd RBI of the night. That'll bring up Ryan Galaney and a 5-2 lead for Geneva. So we're watching a pitcher head down towards the bullpen area. We'll see how long a rope they give to Teshko here as Charles Lefebvre headed down to the bullpen area. In there for a strike on the first pitch of the at-bat to Galaney. Runner at first. Hopefully a chance here to turn 2 for the Pioneers. Game has not started off how they would like on a Sunday afternoon. That one outside, another ball. Sunday afternoon baseball has not been friendly to the Pioneers so far this season. They lost last Sunday in their second Sunday of work. Trail 5-2 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Wind up in the pitch. Teshko gets him swinging. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Galaney up there 0 for 1 already on the night. Runner on first. As Teshko gets the sign, delivers outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Again, 5-2 on the board. 2 errors on the Pioneer side of the board. Going to have to try to erase those errors by scoring some more runs. Teshko comes set. He readies, winds, deals, and pop back up over the top of the broadcast booth. And that reminds us to make sure you make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So, Galaney gets the sign. This is the number 8 batter in the lineup. Already almost through the entire lineup for a second time here in the first 3 innings. The pitch swung on and a strike 3. That's 2 outs. Teshko lost count there, so he tried to run off the field. As now that'll bring up Thursel White. White 0 for 1. in just his first at bat of the season. Geneva does have a runner on first base still. So Teshko looking in. Comes set, winds, delivers. In there for ball one. Just a little bit inside. And again, I've said it a couple times, these Geneva batters don't give a lot of inside area to pitch to, right on top of that batter's box. The wind and the pitch on the outside corner. Strike one. 1-1 strike. Two out. Here in the bottom of the third. Geneva scored 3 in the first, 2 here in the third inning. And Teshko trying to work his way out of trouble one more time. Teshko winds, delivers. That one's hit right back towards us here. As again, Teshko will come set. 1-2 strikes. 2 outs. Trying to work his way out here against the number 9 batter. Certainly doesn't want to see Rojas again. As he winds, deals, and again fouled back. Back into the parking lot one more time, so remember to insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass for all your auto body needs. As once again, coming set. Teshko delivers. That one hit towards the shortstop, picked up, tossed to second base, and that will do it as White goes 0 for 2. And the Pioneers trail by 3, score 5-2 after 3 complete. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, so we are back here and getting set for the top of the fourth. Pioneers coming up need to find a way to work things out and get things going. That onus is going to go on the big bat in the lineup, number 34, Trey Harmon, heading out for the batter's box. Harmon, as a leadoff hitter this year, has only done it twice, has not found any success as of yet. Harmon steps into the box. Will face Parker Askegreen again. As Harmon waits, the delivery, and low, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, as Harmon looks to get something started here. Going to be a rough inning, as out on the batter's box is Quinn Buffington. He has a double on the night already. Would love another chance to drive in a run, as Harmon now sees his second ball. Harmon walked his first plate appearance. As he waits, Askegreen coming set. Well, a few times tonight, Askegreen hasn't had to work out of the stretch. That one in there for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Would not be a bad way to start the inning if you're the Pioneers, if you can earn a walk right off the cuff here. Harmon waits. The windup, the pitch, and in there for a ball. Ball 4. Harmon works his second of the night, so he still has not had an official at bat here. That'll bring up number 22, Quinn Buffington, 1 for 1. He's got a double and an RBI on the night. Buffington's double scored Harmon back in the second inning, as he will look to hit something similar. As Askegreen right back to the stretch. He winds up and delivers in there for ball 5 of the inning. Feeling a little bit like we're in Major League here. See what happens now, as we've had 5 consecutive balls. Asker Green winds, he delivers, and Buffington will ground that one down the foul line, and it just ekes foul. So he will have to come back. 1 ball, 1 strike. First strike of the top of the 4th inning here for Asker Green. As Buffington retreats back, picks up his bat, and will go back to work. Buffington steps back into the batter's box. Asker Green looking in. Trey Harmon down there at first base. As Asker Green checks the runner, comes set, and he'll begin his windup. Connected on there by Buffington, hit out there towards center, and that's going to be a can of corn, as that'll send Harmon back. So Buffington 1 for 2 on the night. Coming up next, number 14, the catcher Bryce Moskowitz. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Moskowitz steps back in. Asker Green, again, working out the stretch here early and often, as Moskowitz looks to change his fortunes at the plate. With runners on base, he's had 7 opportunities. He will be hit there, and that'll move the runner onto second base. So Moskowitz, quick work there, hit by pitch, and heads in. So Schultz coming up. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Garrett Schultz with runners on base. Only been up 1 time. Does have an RBI, but no hits. So we'll see what he does here. Runners on first and second. The potential tying run now. Schultz set. Asker Green checking both runners. Now he winds, delivers, and a bunt. That one right down. Perfect bunt, as Schultz will get there in time. And that will load the bases. Great bunt there by Garrett Schultz. So Nathan Berg coming back up now. As with 1 out, that will be an interesting scenario here. Berg, with the bases loaded this season, he has not had this situation. So a first time for Nathan Berg as he steps up to the plate. Asker Green comes set. Potential tying run on first base right now. Is that one in there for a strike? Berg frozen watching that one. As now Berg looking to get a ball in play, at least drive in a couple of runs here. As he waits, the delivery from Asker Green. In there for a strike on the inside corner again. Berg not happy with the call. As now Berg steps back in. 0-2 the count. 1 out. Nathan Berg looking to get something started here as he's got the bases loaded for the first time this summer. The wind, the pitch, and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trey Harmon on third base as Asker Green comes set. Asker Green brings that glove under his chin, brings the ball behind his back. It's a very interesting stance out of the stretch. That one bounces and kept in front of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Berg looks for his first hit here tonight, has a strikeout and a base on balls. Lots of room out there between first and second, as both fielders having to hold on their respective runners. Berg waiting for the pitch. 2-2 the count, 1 out. The delivery, and that one is in there for a strike. Swinging on that one was Berg, so he goes down for the second time on strikes, and that will bring up Jeff Mejia. Mejia, 0 for 1, does have a base on balls and a stolen base. 2 outs, as Mejia would love to connect with something here. Just looking for a hit, as he's got a interesting setup with the bases loaded. He hasn't faced that, but with scoring position and 2 outs, he's 0 for 1. So Mejia waits. The pitch comes in, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Jeff Mejia. Mejia, the sophomore outfielder from UMass Lowell, playing left field here tonight. as he waits. Batting second in the order, always an odd position. As that one in there for a strike on the outside corner. Mejia held back, but unable to get the ball call from the umpire. 1-1 strike. 5-2 the score. Pioneers for a way to crack the scoreboard for the third consecutive inning. The pitch, swing by Mejia, in there for strike 2. 1-2 strikes. 2 outs. Green 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning, as the Pioneers would desperately like to prevent that from happening. Mejia waits. Green comes set. He winds, delivers, outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tauga down showdown. And are you betting on black or white on this one? I guess more navy blue, but still close enough. As Pioneers coming set. The windup from Green. The pitch, big swinging strike, and he'll leave the bases loaded. Mejia goes down on strikes. So after 3.5, the score 5-2 in favor of Geneva, and the Pioneers are certainly frustrated. We'll see what they can do as they'll head out. It does appear as though we might have a new pitcher on the mound, and yes, that is going to be Charles Lefebvre taking the mound. We'll be right back with more details. You're listening to the Pioneers on Mixlr.com. So that'll mark the end of the day for Teshko and bring in Charles Lefebvre. Lefebvre, a 6'3", 175-pound right-hander from Laval, Quebec. Charles has been listed as a preseason All-American and as an All-Tournament member since 2017. Lefebvre's fastball continues to come along. He regularly exceeds the mid-80s and has led to international competition success, going 2-1 in 2017. So, Lefebvre throws his final warm-up pitch, thrown down, and hops there. A little bit hard to see, the sun in the eyes a little bit here as the sun continues to work its way through the sky. That brings up Brainy Rojas to start things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Red Wings have already gotten through the lineup twice. Pioneers making their way through it again as well, as Berg has now moved into his 3rd rotation at the top half of the 4th. So when that one led off and pulled back on the bunt as Rojas trying to get his own bunting hit. So Berg and Mejia both have been through the lineup 3 times. We come back with the Pioneers half. Preston Moore will take his 3rd cuts. Pioneers really struggling to find success here. Just have not found success on the road this season. Not sure what the cause of that might be as we go to 3-0 against Rojas, who's 0 for 1 with a base on balls so far tonight. His 3rd trip to the dish. Lefebvre trying to find his first strike. That one in there for a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike for Charles Lefebvre. See how long a leash Lefebvre will have here, as we've gone to more of a pitching by committee over the last couple of games. That one swung on and fouled away. And we want to remind you, if something should happen to your vehicle, or make the right decision, insist on Gerber collision and auto glass. As once again, Rojas now has a 3-2 count, nobody out, 5-2 the score in favor of Geneva. I want to thank all of you listening in on Mixler.com and YouTube Live. That went in there for a ball. His second walk of the night, as Rojas will start things off on base. That'll bring up Noah Fisher, the second baseman, 1 for 2, has a strikeout and a double. LaFave looking to get his fingering on the ball. Seems to be uncomfortable a little bit there as he continues to rotate the ball in his hand, just trying to get a feel on it, perhaps. As now, this is his second appearance of the year as well. He fires, that one fouled away there. So as we talk about Charles LaFave, he's got a 7.71 ERA in his one appearance, was in for 2.1 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 5 runs in total. Only 1 hit, though. Unfortunately, the knock would be the 4 base on balls. So LaFave winds, deals, and chop towards second, but Mason Ruhlman was playing over, covering second. The left fielder tries to throw it down, the right fielder tried to throw it down to third, but not in time as Rojas came all the way around. Fisher improves to 2 for 3 on the night, so he's got a double and a single, and that brings up Brock Kaufman. Kaufman 0-2 on the night, as LaFave takes his spot back on the mound. LaFave yet to record an out here, has runners at the corners. It's almost like a bowling split, not the position you want. As LaFave winds, he deals, and this one is chopped back towards second. This is going to score the run, but could turn 2, and it will. So they sacrifice the run, go down 6-2. However, the double play hopefully will be worth it, as Kaufman will get the RBI. And that brings up Trevor Rogers with a cleared base path, and LaFave able to work once again out of the stretch. So 2 outs in the inning. 6-2 the deficit now for the Pioneers, trailing by 4. Still lots of time, only the bottom of the 4th. But now the Red Wings have scored in back-to-back innings. That one inside, as LaFave will get control of the ball and try to find himself again out there on the mound. Talked about the base on balls. LaFave, not a great first start in his 2.1 innings. He's already here through another 0.2, so he's got 3 full under his belt this season. As this one connected on towards the second baseman, Ruhlman swipes it up, throws to first, and that will get the Pioneers through the inning, breaking Rogers' perfect day. He's now 2 for 3. With that, we'll be back on Mixler.com, your home for Pioneers baseball all season long. So the Pioneers going to come back up here with Preston Moore. Moore, the third baseman, 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout. We'll be welcoming back in our friends on Mixler.com here shortly. As we're back here live, Preston Moore up at the dish. Moore waiting on the first pitch. Askegreen delivers ball number 1. So, Moore, we talked about his ability earlier with the leadoff, and just as a quick reminder, Moore has hit 500 as a leadoff hitter. He swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Preston Moore out of Hoover, Alabama, an impressive freshman year, starting 47 times, turning 8 double plays, and a fielding percentage above 875. As Moore waits, the delivery, and in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So, Preston Moore waits again. Green looking in, trying to keep himself out of the stretch for an inning here. Hasn't had a lot of luck doing that, as that one is hit down the third base line and foul. And head coach Matt Birch was unable to make the play there down the third base coaching box. He tosses one back towards the dugout there for Geneva. As Preston Moore comes set yet again, looking to break through. Green delivers. Big swing and another strikeout. Moore goes 0 for 3 on his second strikeout of the night. And that will bring up Mason Ruhlman. Ruhlman, 1 for 2, has a double and an RBI on the night. Ruhlman coming up, nobody on board. Certainly would like to get something started here as the Pioneers trail by 4 and the top of the 5th inning. The pitch, and Ruhlman takes one inside. Green has certainly looked proficient here, only allowing 3 hits, 2 runs, but otherwise really good here through the first almost 5. Certainly the type of pitching you'd want to see from a starter, as that one gets by. 2 balls, no strikes. Pioneers saw a little bit of tough luck as Teshko came out and had a really rough first. The third didn't treat him much better, and then when Lefebvre came in the fourth, he only gave up 1, but still puts him in a 6-2 hole. The windup and the pitch, and touch there, but this is going to go right down the foul line as it will be caught out there on the foul side of the line, and that'll send Ruhlman to 1-3 on the night. Brings up Trevor Henneman, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts on his line right now. So he's got 2 outs, nobody on. And Henneman just looking to prolong the inning. This may be the first inning where Green has not had to work out of the stretch. As Henneman waits, that crouched Bagwell-esque stance, he swings and strike 1. So Henneman with a little bit of a wilder swing. As I said, Bagwell-esque in the stance. It really shortens up the strike zone, but is known to chase a few pitches. As this one comes in, and that's in there for a ball. So good eye there from Trevor Henneman. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6-2 the score. 7-3 the runs in favor of Geneva, the hits, in favor of Geneva. As that one swung on again there by Henneman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Green 1 strike away from avoiding the stretch for the first inning in this game. As Henneman comes set. He waits, Green delivers, and connected down the foul line, and Matt Birch makes up for the earlier error there in the third base coaching box, running over and grabbing that one. So he throws it back into the catcher. Birch, a former Major League Baseball athlete himself, as the pitch is delivered from Green. That one is connected right to the shortstop. So, not a strikeout, but Henneman moves to 0 for 3 on the night. Pioneers still trailing by 4, 6-2. When we come back, we'll have the Geneva Red Wings, and they will be batting. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right. And welcome back to those of you on YouTube. Finishing up a commercial there on the Mixler.com side. But that'll bring up Leo Wells. Wells 0 for 1 and a hit by pitch as the designated hitter. As Wells steps in, Lefebvre set to face. As that's in there for a strike. Welcome back into those listening in on Mixler.com. 0 and 1 the count as Leo Wells has stepped in, the designated hitter, batting 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch as Lefebvre faces his second inning of work. In there again, strike 2. So Lefebvre off to a much better start here. No one warming in the bullpen, so Lefebvre going to be doing the work here for at least the rest of this inning. As Charles Lefebvre stares down and high and inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Pioneers still trailing by 4. Lefebvre staring in. He waits, comes set, and delivers. That one grounded towards the shortstop. We picked up there by Berg, tossed over to first, and caught. That will be a perfect start to the inning. Brings up Harrison Treble. Treble 0 for 2. Struck out, reached on an error, and advanced to second on the same error. So, Treble, the right fielder, comes up as he continues to try to build up on his day. He was 0 for the season before today in 8 appearances, no hits. That one fouled aside. No balls, 1 strike. As that one headed out of play. Remind you once again, make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As the pitch, and this time he's going to get his first hit of the season as Treble has that one go out to Generations Bank sign out there in right center. Thrown in, this might be a triple as a little bit of trouble fielding it at second, and Harrison Treble is 1 for 3 with a triple on the night. So, struck out, reached on an error, and has a triple to his scorecard as Logan Kellerman comes up 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs already on his docket. So the Pioneers moving into their prevent defense. Everyone playing right on the grass here. As we'll see what they can do. Delivery from Lefebvre out of the stretch. In there for a ball. 1-0 the count. Lefebvre will step back. Runner at third certainly seems chalant over there. Nothing to rush. As that one's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. Check out the best in table games and new slots down there at Tioga Downs. Just a short drive down I-86. As the pitch coming from Lefebvre. In, connected with, out there to right center again. And rolling back. This is going to be an easy run for the Geneva Red Wings. Thrown into second base. Touched. And no, they lost control of the ball. So, not sure if he would have had him, but Berg phantom tagged, and the ball was rolling through the infield. So, double there. Kellerman goes 3 for 3 on the day and earns himself his 4th RBI as he comes in with a double. That brings up Ryan Galaney and a 7-2 lead for the Geneva Red Wings. Definitely not the way the Pioneers wanted to start their second road trip of the season. Galaney coming in, looking to make a connection here. Still nobody down in that bullpen. It's still Lefebvre's inning. That one outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. 1 person out. So, Lefebvre checks the runner at second. He comes back set, winds, delivers, inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Lefebvre, in his 2 innings of work so far, has given up 2 runs. As the Pioneers pitcher looking in, gets a sign, still working out the stretch. He winds and deals. That one fouled back towards the pen, hits off the fence that y'all can see if you're watching live on YouTube, as that one definitely shook it a little bit there. So, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Galaney already has a strikeout on the night. Lefebvre would love to get another one. As Lefebvre comes set, he winds, delivers, outside, ball 3, 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 7-2 ball game. Pioneers really struggling to get anything going. They had a run in the second, a run in the third, but Geneva has just piled it on. Has another pitch in there for ball 4. So runners go to first and second. Still looking down there towards the bullpen. No action for the Elmira Pioneers, as that will bring up Thursel White. White 0 for 2 on the night. Would love to see White ground into a double play here. So White steps in. The pitch coming here from Charles Lefebvre. Lefebvre delivers, and in there for a strike. So good start there by Lefebvre. See the runners getting their signs as Lefebvre stares down and in. Checks the runner at second, winds and delivers high and inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Down showdown. See what Lefebvre can do here. As White waits in the batter's box. Lefebvre winds, deals outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So again, we're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pioneers counting them down now. 12 offensive outs remaining and 5 runs to make up. Not an easy task. As Lefebvre winds outside, ball 3, 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out in the inning. As again, Lefebvre staring down. We look down, starting to see somebody get loose down there in the Pioneers bullpen. Have more on that for you here in a second. Thursel White grounds to the shortstop, throws it over to second. In there in time, but they're not going to get anybody else, so they get 1 out, but that's about it. As now, White reaches on the fielder's choice, so remains 0 for the day. As that will bring up Brainy Rojas. It appears down in the bullpen, Alex Bardo getting warm. Rojas coming set as Lefebvre is working yet again. He deals inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and third. As we'll see what the Pioneers can do here. 2 outs. So any ground ball would just about put an end to the inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on third could be moot, and the Pioneers hope to make that the case, as they already trail by 5 runs. Lefebvre winds. He deals outside again. 3 balls, no strikes. There is a base open at second. They could walk Rojas and be okay. Obviously prefer to get out of the inning. As Lefebvre will come set again. He winds and deals. Ball 4. 4 straight balls by Charles Lefebvre. And that will bring up Noah Fisher as Rojas takes his 3rd stroll of the day. 3 base on balls. Fisher 2 for 3 on the day, has a strikeout and a double. Fisher's got the bases loaded. Of course, runner in scoring position with 2 outs, he's batting .500. Running with the bases loaded, he's never had that situation before. The pitch, low, ball 1. 5 straight balls. As again, trying to find a way to get out of this inning is Charles Lefebvre. High, ball 2. 6 straight balls. You wonder how long Bardo would need to get warm out there. 2 balls, no strikes. Lefebvre looking. Outside again, 3 balls, no strikes. So that's 7 straight. And with a runner on third, the bases are loaded, and this could be a really hazardous walk. Lefebvre looking in, he delivers, and over for a strike. So it took 8 pitches to get there, but we've got our first strike here in the last 2 batters. As 3-1 the count. The windup and the pitch. Connected on down to the third baseman, picked back up, thrown over, and in time. That will get him out of the inning. So Lefebvre gets out of it as it comes down. Fisher goes 2 for 4 on the day so far, and now the Pioneers go back to the batter's box and will be looking to bring themselves back into this one. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and Geneva has a new pitcher. Mateo Avellino comes in, the 6'1", 200-pounder freshman at Brockport from Mahopac, New York. As he steps in, we'll take a look at his numbers on the season, except there are none. So, first appearance as a pitcher this season. We'll see what he can do here. As the Pioneers are going to greet him with Trey Harmon, then Quinn Buffington and Bryce Moskowitz, presumably. See, pitcher coming out of the bullpen, so see what he does. The pitch. There's the throw down, and here comes the Pine. Harmon, no official at bats on the day, 2 base on balls. That's a good sign. Harmon really seeing the ball well, able to judge it as the Pioneers trail by 5 here. Of course, not a bad thing to get Asker Green out of the ball game, as he was very effective, only allowing 3 hits. 2 runs did score, but 3 hits, that's not a lot to work off of, as Harmon waits. Pitcher winds, delivers, and in there for a strike. So Harmon 0-1. As the sun has started to go down, so a little less of a factor there here in the top of the 6th. The wind and the pitch. Harmon connects up and over the press box. We remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As Harmon will step back in. He waits on the pitch from Avellino. Avellino winds and deals, and Harmon connects again, sending it back to the parking lot. As 0-2 the count. Unfamiliar territory for Trey Harmon here tonight. He's walked every time he's been up to the dish. So we'll see what he does here. As Harmon waits, sets, dealing, and he connects on that one. That one's going a long way and over the head of the left fielder. Harmon's going to double, and he's going to make it in there easily. So Harmon 1 for 1 on the night, as he will get a double. And that will bring up Quinn Buffington. Buffington 1 for 2. He's got a double and an RBI of his own tonight. Would certainly love to continue that trend and continue welcoming Avellino to the game if the Pioneers can bring themselves back into it. Buffington comes set. Waits on the pitcher, the wind, the delivery, and outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Harmon on second base. Harmon, the number 4 ranked first baseman prospect in the country. We'll see what he can continue to do over the summer. Delivery here as Buffington takes ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Buffington stepping back in the batter's box. Freshman outfielder from Campbell, Pennsylvania. Multi-sport athlete himself. You see the turn of the speed at that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. As we said, Buffington 1 and 2 tonight. Double and an RBI. The runner he batted in is now standing at second base again, so an opportunity for Buffington. As he looks at that one all the way in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. As the umpire lets everybody out in the field know the count. Pioneers looking to turn things around here. Have had a not so great last 3 innings. Buffington swings and misses, striking out. He goes 1 for 3 on the day. That will bring up Bryce Moskowitz, number 14, the catcher, 0 for 1 and a hit by pitch. So Moskowitz coming up, number 8 spot in the order. Has not had a ton of success this year. He's got 1 out, runner on second base. As that one is high, 1-0 the count. Moskowitz looking out. As Avellino comes set, looking at second. Delivery and fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. As the Pioneers catcher steps back in. He looks out. Avellino getting his sign. As I said, first appearance of the year. So far, a double and a strikeout. That one high, 2 balls, 1 strike. As they ask for the check, and the umpire out there says no 2, so 2 balls, 1 strike. As we'll see, Moskowitz waiting. The windup, the pitch, and Moskowitz fouls it back to the parking lot. So once again, a reminder to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Avellino trying to get reset. Something not comfortable in the uniform there as he tucks himself back in. And now Moskowitz steps back in at the dish. Avellino has his sign. He checks the runner at second. Harmon, not usually somebody you have to worry about stealing, as this one is fouled away again. So Moskowitz keeping himself alive. Love to straighten one out and put it into the outfield. See the American flag blowing out at center field, indicating not a ton of wind out there. Blowing a little bit, but not very heavily to either side. As that one in there for a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Moskowitz trying to reach base for just the second time tonight. 0 for 1, he does have the hit by pitch. As Moskowitz waits. The set, the pitch, inside, ball 4. Moskowitz now with the hit by pitch and the base on balls. So he's gotten the first a couple of different ways, as that'll bring up Garrett Schultz. Schultz 1 for 2 on the night so far. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Schultz had that beauty. His 1 hit was a bunt, and it was perfectly placed. As you see the third baseman remembering that and standing on the edge of the grass, certainly not going to allow Schultz to do that one more time. Harmon, Moskowitz, both taking relatively small leads off their respective bases. Either one really known for speed. As Schultz waits delivery, and Schultz will connect on that one, sending that one out towards center field over the head of the center fielder. This is going to score at least 1 as Harmon comes around, having some trouble picking it up. But there was the center fielder, and motoring his way in is Moskowitz. So the Pioneer beauty double there by Garrett Schultz, who goes 2 for 3 on the night, earning himself 2 RBIs in the process as Harmon and Moskowitz both cross the diamond And there'll be a conference at the mound here. As coming up, Nathan Berg, the shortstop, has a runner in scoring position. He's got 2 strikeouts, a base on balls on the night. And Avellino is dealing with some pressure himself now. He's given up the 2 runs here in the top of the 6th as the Pioneers bring themselves back within 3. So Berg comes back out, steps into the batter's box. As Avellino looking in, still having to work out the stretch here with Schultz now standing on second base. Berg waiting. The pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So Berg looking down, staring down the pitcher, Mateo Avellino. As I said, his first appearance of the season. Delivering, connected on by Berg, right back out into the gap. This should score another run as Schultz getting around an error, playing it out in the field, and that will be a single for Berg. So 1 for 3 on the night and an RBI as the single drives in the run, and that brings up Jeff Mejia. Mejia 0 for 2. He's had a walk and a strikeout here tonight, but this is going to bring a conversation out at the mound, to say the least. 7-5 the score now. Is this going to take Avellino out of the game? It appears as though it will. So we'll have a new pitcher once again. As heading out of the bullpen, it looks to be Jacob Land, the Adrian Jr., as Avellino heads for the dugout. Let me see and get confirmation on this. As yes, that's going to be Jacob Land, the right-hander, junior out of Adrian University, originally from Adrian, Michigan. As Land comes in, he's got an ERA of 18, has appeared in just 1 game, pitched for 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 4 base on balls, but had 2 strikeouts. So, should be an interesting stat line there. As once again, Land coming in. See what he's got here tonight. As Avellino had a 1/3 of an inning, and that was about it. As Land gets warmed up, we'll step aside. We'll be right back. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so as Land takes his final couple warm-up pitches here, that is going to bring up Jeff Mejia as he continues to stretch out over there. Mejia, a left-handed batter, could be the reason for Land, although nobody else seems to be working out down there in the Geneva pen. Not usual to see here in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League a specific handed pitcher for a specific batter, but not unheard of. As we'll see what Land does here. As he comes in with a runner on first. That was a piece of beautiful hitting there by Nathan Berg, getting that RBI to bring the Pioneers back within 2. Thought we had seen the final warm-up pitch. Apparently not, as Land will make one more. As the umpire is still contented here, as Mejia continues to stretch himself out. And the music has gone down, so I think this will be the last one. Land working his way through. Jacob Land, the right-hander, 6'2" out of 100 and 180 pounds out of Adrian. He's a junior. Stepping in, Jeff Mejia, 0 for 2. Base on balls and a strikeout. Does have a stolen base on that base on balls, though, as Mejia would love to get his bat working. Mejia steps back into the batter's box. He looks out at Land. Land will throw his first pitch of the game here. Avellino still responsible for that runner out there on first base. As Land delivers that one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So Land comes set again. Looking in to get the sign as Mejia waits. Land comes set. He winds, pitches, and Mejia slaps one down the third base line. That's fair. That's going to get the runner to third. Mejia staying hot on his trail, going to get into second, so he'll double as a nice piece of hitting again. So Mejia moves to 1 for 3 on the day. He's got a base on balls, the double, and Berg stands on third base as Preston Moore 0 for 3, but he's got the potential tying run there standing on second base with 1 out. So if Moore can continue the streak that's been happening here this inning for the Pioneers, they could be in a good spot here. We'll see. Jacob Land comes set. He's looking in for the sign, gets it, winds, delivers, and in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pioneers have the tying run on second base, having scored 3 in the inning already. Really closing the gap here in the top of the 6th. Moore waits, the windup, the pitch, and Moore with a big swing there. 0-2 the count. Preston Moore 0 for 3 on the day. 2 strikeouts already here in the top of the 6th inning. He waits. Land looking, winds, delivers, and Moore with a swinging strike 3. Moore goes down 0 for 4 and now has 3 strikeouts on the night. That'll bring up Mason Ruhlman. Ruhlman 1 for 3. He's got a strikeout and a double with an RBI. Would love to extend his stat line, earn a couple more RBIs as Jacob Land steps back in. Land gets the sign. He shakes him off. Now he's ready. Comes set. He winds and deals. Ruhlman wastes no time, hits one up in the air. That one goes towards the left fielder and should be an easy can of corn, and it is, as that'll do it. So Ruhlman goes 1 for 4 on the day after looking at just 1 pitch, and now the Pioneers will go back to work in the field. So we'll see what they can do when they come back up in the top of the 7th. I believe we're going to have a new pitcher as coming in. It's Alex Bardo coming in. So we'll have more stats about that when we come back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, so the ball is thrown down, and that means Geneva's back up. The lead has certainly been trimmed 7-5 now in favor of the Geneva Red Wings. As heading for the dish will be number 27, Brock Kaufman, the shortstop. 0 for 3 on the night, does have an RBI. He will be the first to face Alex Bardo, the 6'3", 220-pound freshman at SUNY Cortland, is a Corning, New York native. 3-year starter for Corning Painted Post in baseball and a 2-time all-conference selection. Bardo was awarded all-state honors as a senior, so we'll see what he can do here. Certainly had 2 innings worth of solid work just 2 days ago. That one low and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. You wonder as the season wears on, the pitching staff certainly going to be used more and more. how many innings you go as Bardo comes in here in the bottom of the sixth. Winds and pitches. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 strike. So Bardo looking in. Brock Kaufman steps back in. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Does have the RBI. As Bardo winds and deals. In there for strike number 2. Bardo with a quick start here. 1-2 strike count. As the Pioneers trying to put up a 0 for the first time since the second inning. That is the task Bardo has been assigned here tonight. The wind, the pitch, and hit right out there to right field. And Moore is going to get under it and grab it. So 0 for 4 goes Kaufman. And now Trevor Rogers, 2 for 3 on the night, will certainly provide a tough task for Alex Bardo. Rogers getting stretched out as he comes up. Will not be an easy one. As Bardo looks in, gets the sign, begins to rock. He winds and deals. In there for a strike on the inside corner. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pioneers put up 3 in the 6th inning. That's a high number for them here during this part of the season. Hitting maybe starting to come around. That one in there for ball 1, a little bit low. 1-1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. You just stop by any day of the week. Check out their amazing buffet. You won't be sorry you did. The windup and the pitch. Ground ball there down the first base line. And 1-2 strikes, 1 out. 7-5 ball game. The Pioneers have gotten 7 hits here tonight. The Geneva Red Wings have 10. Pioneers with an error on the board so far. As now the windup and the pitch just outside. 2-2 strikes, 1 out. As now Rogers looking to extend his great night. 2 for 3. Has a single, a double, and an RBI. Bardo staring in. Almost Pettit-like the way he put the glove up. He winds, deals, and punches out Trevor Rogers. 2 for 4. On the day goes Rogers, and he has a strikeout looking. So Bardo will now face Leo Wells and is 1 batter away from putting a 0 on the board. Wells 0 for 2. He's got that hit by pitch against him. That's about all he's done to be able to get on base. As Bardo resumes his pitching style, he winds and deals. In there for ball 1, a little bit low. As you watch, if you're watching on youtube.com, you can see what I'm talking about as Bardo comes set. He puts the glove up to his face, eyes just peering out over like Andy Pettit used to do. The wind and the pitch. In there for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. As the Pioneers try to put up a 0. Bardo coming set. He rocks back, winds, and delivers. In there for ball number 3, a little bit low. 3 balls, no strikes. As Elmira looking to try to keep things moving, get themselves back in the batter's box. The wind and deal from Bardo. In there for a strike. Taking all the way was Wells. So Wells steps back in. He looks out. The wind, the pitch, and in there for ball 4. So Wells has now been hit by a pitch and walked. Harrison Treble, the right fielder, 1 for 3, struck out, reached on an error, and a triple. Certainly don't want to allow Treble to hit another triple here. The Pioneers right back in this game, just 2 runs down. As we'll see, the wind, the deal, as outside for ball 1. Bardo trying to get that control back. Works out of the stretch for the first time. He comes set. He winds, he deals. Swinging strike 1. Treble certainly off balance with that one. That one hit the wrong note as Treble steps back in. Bardo looking in, checks the runner at first. He winds and deals. Outside, ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Bardo trying to fight and claw his way out of this inning. Bardo checks the runner at first. He comes set, he winds and deals. Fouled back towards the parking lot. And we remind you once again, make the right decision, insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and it's a Tioga Down showdown. As Bardo comes set. He winds and deals. In there for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chance to get out of this inning. 1 pitch away. Bardo comes set back on the mound. Nobody down in the pen. Bardo trying to get out of this. He comes set. He winds, he deals, and connected on. Driven out to right field, right center, as the center fielder Quinn Buffington comes in and grabs it. That will get Bardo out of the inning. Treble goes down 1 for 4 on the flyout. At the end of 6, 7-5 the score. The Pioneers will be coming up looking to even it back up. You're listening to Elmira Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, Jacob Land taking his last couple warm-up throws here, as that'll bring up Trevor Henneman. Henneman 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts tonight. Freshman out of Canisius College. He's a Corning, New York native, but 557 batting average, 8 homers, 36 RBIs his senior year in high school. And I'll tell you what, those are some impressive numbers. We'll see what he can do here tonight, as Henneman will step back into his usual stance. He comes set here in the top of the 7th. 9 offensive outs remaining for the Pioneers. He sets the delivery inside from Land. 1-0. As once again, Henneman stepping back in. He crouches. Land shaking off the sign. Now he's got one he likes. Comes set, winds and delivers, and connected on there. Driven straight out to center field, and an easy one there. Henneman moves to 0-4 on the night. But that'll bring up Trey Harmon. 1 for 1. He's got a double. Also 2 base on balls. As the Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield bat boy comes out and picks up the bat. Trey Harmon stepping back in. That double he hit back not too very long ago. Certainly impactful. The wind, that one's low. 1 ball, no strikes. See if he can do it again. He was driven in a couple times now. Once as he walked and once on the double. He waits on the pitch, the wind, the delivery, and that one hits him, so he'll be hit by a pitch. And Harmon has reached base in a variety of ways here tonight. 2 base on balls, a double, and now a hit by a pitch, and that'll bring up the next Batter number 22, Quinn Buffington, 1 for 3, a double, a strikeout, and has an RBI on the night. So, Buffington steps into the dish. He waits as Jacob Land comes set again. Harmon takes a very, very small lead off of first. Again, not one normally known to steal. The throw is way inside again on Buffington. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, as Harmon checks in with his first base coach. Buffington waiting as Land comes set. Land deals inside again. 2 balls, no strikes. Land seems to have lost the plate a little bit. We'll see what he does here. Buffington looking to get back on base again. Been a little bit for him. 1 for 3 on the night. Had that double back in the second inning. Scored Harmon. The line, the deal. Swinging strike there as he fouls that one off. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Buffington comes back in. First ball that wasn't almost in his kitchen. So as Buffington will step back in, he waits. Looking out at Jacob Land on the mound. Land winds and delivers. Connected that time down the third baseline, and nobody's going to get that. Goes by Matt Birch and the third baseman. As that's in there, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Somebody starting to warm up down in the Geneva bullpen. As once again, Pioneer center fielder Quinn Buffington looking to make some contact here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Harmon on first base. Buffington lets that one go. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Land is all the way back in the count now, has it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 7-5 score as the Pioneers trying to get back even. Buffington would be the tying run at this point. Winds, pitches, and in there, punched out is Buffington. Buffington didn't like it, as that will bring up number 14, the catcher, Bryce Moskowitz. Buffington goes down 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts in the game. Moskowitz 0 for 1, has been hit by a pitch and has a base on balls. Still over there on first. Has literally reached base every time tonight. The windup, the pitch, and in there for a strike. Land a deceptive pitch there. That's the same pitch that just struck out Quinn Buffington. As now Moskowitz waits. He waits. That one's high and outside there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Harmon continues to take short leads off first base. As we talked about the other night, even David Ortiz can steal from time to time, so that one in there again for a strike. Not sure if that's a knuckleball or what, but that pitch has got a lot of rotation on it and certainly throwing off the Pioneers batters. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning, trailing 7-5. Land comes set. He winds and delivers. Big swing there, and he struck out Moskowitz. So Moskowitz 0 for 2. And that will send the Pioneers back to the field. We're in the 7th inning stretch. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball here on Mixlr.com. All right, as Alex Bardo comes back out here. 7-5 ball game. Bardo needing to keep it exactly where it is right now. See what he can do as the bottom half of the seventh gets started here. Geneva hoping just to have to play 6 more offensive outs and end this game, but Pioneers, they have been dangerous late. We'll see what they can do here tonight. In Logan Kellerman, perfect on the day, 3 for 3, 4 RBIs and a double. As Bardo comes set, he delivers and in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Kellerman has most certainly been impressive as he steps back in, the freshman out of Furman University from Morristown, New Jersey. He connects on that one right through the gap, and he's going to go 4 for 4. So another single for Logan Kellerman. No RBIs on that one, though, as Ryan Galaney comes up, third baseman, 0 for 2 with a base on balls. So Galaney coming up. Bardo trying to make his way through the 7th inning here. Put up a 0 back in the 6th. Would love to do the same thing this inning as he looks down, working out the stretch very quickly this time. Runner is off, bunted ball back over the catcher, and that will send Kellerman back to first. So Galaney 0-1 with that attempted bunt. See if he can square around. That'll certainly bring the attention of the third baseman as the pitcher comes back set. Alex Bardo looking in, getting the sign. See if we have another attempt, as Bardo certainly keeping a much closer eye on the runner at first. Throws over, and in easily that time, Logan Kellerman. So, once again, Bardo will stare down the plate, looking for a sign. As he comes set, winds, delivers, outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. As we look at Kellerman's stat line, no stolen bases on the year, so not known particularly for his speed. As Bardo comes set again. The bunt pushed out there again. Bunted down the first base line. Catcher gets up and fires. Sack bunt does his job. Moves the runner to second as Galaney puts down the sack bunt. So, Thursel White coming up. Runner on second. 0 for 3 on a fielder's choice as the Pioneers continue to trail 75. Alex Bardo still working out the stretch here. He takes a look back at second base. He winds, delivers. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. As we'll see what Bardo chooses to do here. The SUNY Cortland freshman comes set. He winds, delivers. In there for ball 2. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. White's first game, not the numbers he would like. 0 for 3 with the fielder's choice today. He stares out at Alex Bardo. Bardo coming set. Staring daggers back at second base. He takes a second look, and now he'll deliver. Inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Brainy Rojas on deck. He's 0 for 1, but he's got 3 base on balls today. As White awaits his first strike of the at-bat. 3 straight balls from Bardo. That one in there for a strike all the way taking. As Bardo will now have to bring himself back into this count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pioneers looking to keep the score exactly where it is as they try to move towards the top of the 8th. The wind, the pitch, connected on right towards the second baseman. Ruhlman's going to get there, throw over to first in time. So another out, but does move the runner onto third base as White goes 0 for 4. Brainy Rojas comes up. See what Rojas can do. Rojas 0 for 1, 3 bases on balls. Bardo knows he just has to get through one bat. He can put up a second 0 on the board. as he stares down the runner at third. Winds, delivers. In there for ball one. A little bit outside. As Bardo gets set. Staring down the runner at third. He winds up and delivers. Again, high and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Bardo putting himself behind the 8 ball here early. Rojas hasn't had to take the bat off his shoulder very much. As I said, 0 for 1, 3 bases on balls. The wind and the pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As we watch again, Bardo set on the rubber. He stares in. Bardo waiting. The wind, the pitch. Low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. As they look Kellerman back. Bardo gets set back on the mound again. He stares in, gets the sign from his catcher, comes set. He winds, kicks, fouled away there. So Rojas, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as the Pioneers look to escape from the bottom of the 7th. As Bardo looking in, getting the sign. Rojas looks right out at Bardo. Bardo winds, leg kick in, foul down the third baseline. As that'll reset back to 3-2. Runner goes back to third. Bardo heads back to the mound, running through his pitches in his mind, trying to figure out what he can throw here to get out of this inning. As Bardo comes set, he kicks and popped up. And it's back behind home plate, trying to get there. And he does. As what a play there by the catcher. Coming up with it, Bryce Moskowitz with a beauty, and he gets the Pioneers out of the 7th. 7-5 the score at the end of 7. The Pioneers trail by 2. We'll be back with the top of the 8th inning right here on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back here for the top of the 8th inning. Pioneers trailing by just 2 runs as Garrett Schultz is set to hit the plate. He's 2 for 3 on the night, 2 RBIs. Unless he puts one over a fence somewhere, no chance to hit an RBI here, but I'll tell you what, he would love to get back on base and get this inning started right. So, Pioneers getting a chance here. We'll see what they can do. Schultz, the freshman to be at Xavier. Certainly learning from this college pitching he's dealing with. There's still somebody warming up down in that Geneva bullpen, so nobody coming in as of yet, but we'll see what this inning brings. As Land winds, delivers, and in there for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jacob Land, he's been effective since coming into this game in the later part of the 6th inning. The Pioneers would have liked to have Mateo Avellino, in there a little bit longer. That one in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. As Schultz comes set. Land. Winds. Deals. And outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Schultz, a 6-time all-tournament team member starting in 2014 as a 13-year-old. Wind. Delivered. High. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Schultz looking to get on base. See what he can do here. As Land winds and delivers. Outside, ball 4. And there goes Garrett Schultz down to first. And that will bring up the top of the lineup. Nathan Berg, 1 for 3 on the day. 2 strikeouts, a base on balls, and an RBI. Schultz goes with the base on balls. So, Berg looking out at Land. Schultz on first. Schultz right back, having to dive in. Land wasting no time throwing over there. We're live at McDonough Park as the Pioneers' second throw over in a row, but Schultz managing to get himself back each time. Jacob Land coming set. He winds and delivers, and in there for a strike. Berg, the Xavier freshman, trying to bat in his soon-to-be teammate. Schultz will be headed to Xavier here in the fall as he dives back yet again. Certainly giving a good impression, you would have to believe, as Berg 1 for 3 on the day, the 2 strikeouts, the base on balls, and the RBI. Wind up, delivery, throw over again, as I would have to think Schultz has a pant full of dirt at this point, just as much as he's had to dive back into first base. So, see what we can do here as Berg awaits his next pitch. The windup, the pitch way outside. As the throwback to the pitcher. Berg looking in. He waits. As the pitcher looks in, this is Land delivering, and inside there on Berg. So that'll knock the count up. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Berg waiting. Schultz over there at first. He's taken a very small lead here with the number of times he's been thrown over on. Another attempt here going. This is a ground ball to third base. Thrown to second. Diving in with Schultz. Berg is going to get to first on the fielder's choice. So, Berg 1 for 4. Fielder's choice. They eliminate the lead runner. And that brings up Jeff Mejia. Mejia 1 for 3. Base on balls, strikeout, double, and a stolen base. As with Berg standing on first, we'll see how many checks Berg will get. So Jeff Mejia stands in at the box. Mejia waiting. The windup and the pitch. Mejia blasts one there towards left center, but it's right at the left fielder, and Berg will have to retreat. So Mejia goes 1 for 4 on the flyout, and that will bring up Preston Moore, who's 0 for 3. Or excuse me, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So Moore will be looking to get something started here. 7-5 game. The throw back over as Berg will tag up. 2 outs. 1 man on. Pioneers trailing by 2, desperate to get something across here. Land winds up, delivers, and hit there towards right center. This is going to get down, and Berg trying to get around. That's going to roll all the way to the Simmons-Rockwell sign. Trying to get on his horse is Moore. Going to get around towards third base. Will he be in time? And he's there in time. Big safe call there by the umpire at third base. Moore now 1 for 5 on the triple, does score a run. And that will bring up Mason Ruhlman as the Elmira Pioneers bring it back to within 1, 7-6. As the tying run is at third. And Ruhlman just needs a little bloop to get that run in. So the number in the lineup, Mason Ruhlman up there. The windup and the pitch from Land. Ruhlman puts it down towards first, hops over there, and that is going to be an easy out. Pioneers do get one. 7-6 the score. We'll see what the Pioneers can do when we come back as we head for the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, we are live back here at McDonough Park as once again Geneva coming up here in the bottom of the 8th, trailing now by just a run, 7-6, as the Pioneers were able to drive in a run in the last inning. With top of the 9th, Henneman, Harmon, Buffington due up. That's a pretty impressive part of the lineup, 5, 6, and 7. Harmon has literally been on base every single time here tonight. Right now, they've got to make their way through, though, as we start off with a pinch hitter. Number 4 comes up to the dish, Jason DeMont. So DeMont comes in. He's batting .600, 3 hits and 5 at-bats. As he hammers one there towards the first baseman. It's picked up, thrown over to the pitcher, and Bardo. 1 pitch, 1 out. So that was quick work. As now, once again, that will bring up Brock Kaufman. So Fisher went out of the game as Jason DeMont came in. So Kaufman will now come up. We'll see if he can extend the at-bat a little longer than 1 pitch. Hit right back through, and it's 1 pitch and good for a single as Kaufman goes 1 for 5. So that will bring up Trevor Rogers. Rogers, the impressive first baseman, 2 for 4, has a double, an RBI, and a strikeout here tonight. Alex Bardo would love to get him to ground out into a double play and get out of this bottom of the 8th inning. See what he can do. Rogers steps in. Everyone has swung at the first pitch. Not sure if Bardo was tipping something there or what, but he throws one here outside as Rogers not going to swing at that. So Rogers takes a cut, deep breath, and steps back in. Bardo working out the stretch here. He comes set. Winds, delivers, and outside again. 2 balls, no strikes. A little different motion on that last pitch from Bardo. Looked a little stifled. We'll see what he does here. As Rogers coming back in, he's 2 for 4, as we've already said on the night. Bardo comes set. He winds, delivers, inside. 3 balls, no strikes. As the scoreboard tells me I'm wrong. 2 balls, no strikes. But I was pretty sure I was right. As we'll see. The official score says 3-0, so I'm feeling good about my count. 3 balls, 1 out. As Bardo winds, delivers 4 balls, no strikes. As Rogers walks down to first, so yeah, still 2 for 4. Not sure what happened there, and we're reset now. So that'll bring up Leo Wells, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, base on balls, and runners at first and second, as Bardo definitely wants to get out of this top of the ninth. Someone is headed down towards the bullpen right now, though. So we take a quick look. Not sure who that is, but walking down there, didn't catch a number, as that one is thrown inside for a ball. Bardo certainly feeling a little bit of pressure. Believe, as I get a look down there again, that might be Kevin Teshko, who started this game. Hopefully he's doing okay. Looks like he might be trying to work his arm out. The windup, the pitch is fouled away there. 1 strike, 1 out. It's a Tioga Downs showdown. Don't forget, you too can be an all-star. Check out Smash Mouth at Tioga Downs live this summer. Bardo comes set. He looks in. Wells waits. The pitch. In there for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. As again, the bullpen quiet out there for the Elmira Pioneers. 2 balls, 1 strike, a 7-6 ball game. The windup, the pitch, fouled away again there on the hit and run attempt. So Leo Wells, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bardo will look to try to get out of this one here. Would love to keep the score exactly the same, as Bardo has been very proficient since coming into the game here. Bardo staring in. He checks the runner at second, comes set, checks the runner again, and time is called. So, again, Wells stepping back into the box. He gets set. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wind, deal, and fouled back over the press box. We want to remind you, make the right decision. Insist on Gerber collision. Not sure what that hit. Certainly was loud enough, though. Not as nice as that broken glass sound we have back at Dunfield, but the thud will work. As Bardo looks back, he winds and deals, and it hops up to the plate. So 3-2, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bardo getting some calls from the bench, really showing the support. As Bardo looks to finish off Leo Wells. Wells has been hit by a pitch. He's walked. Other than that, 0 for 2. Bardo comes set. He checks the runner at second. He winds. He deals. In there for ball 4. Bardo has now walked back-to-back batters. The catcher asking for a new ball. So, 2 base on balls for Leo Wells. Runners everywhere as Harrison Treble heads to the plate. 1 for 4, struck out, reached on an error, and had a triple, as Bardo will speak with the manager. And as we look down, still nothing going on in the bullpen. Neftali Severino Cronier, who had a heck of a save last night, is milling around down there with his glove, has not thrown any pitches. As discussion continues on over at the mound, need 2 outs, have runners all over the base paths. Everybody is out there at the mound right now. The entire infield, the manager, the pitcher, and the catcher all have in on this conversation. As we'll see what they can do. They've got Treble up at the plate. 1 for 4. Strikeout, reached on an error, and a triple. He certainly doesn't want any situation that could clear the bases here with runners all not playing the prevent defense we've seen in this situation the last couple of nights. As Bardo comes set. Checks the runner at third. Winds and deals. Outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So Bardo heads back to the mound. He will get set. Treble waiting. Bardo winds. He deals. Connected and foul. As that one gets way outside the foul line, over coursing closer to the Pioneers bullpen, as we are seeing some traffic heading down that way now. So we'll see what that comes up with here as Bardo continues to pitch. The windup and connected right towards the shortstop and couldn't get a hold of it. That's going to drive in a run. The throw comes in very, very quickly as Treble goes 2 for 2 for 5 and gets an RBI on the night. That'll bring up Kellerman as now hustling down to the bullpen area. Looks like Rossi headed down there. So Bardo coming set. Still the bases are loaded. He winds, deals inside for a ball. Kellerman, perfect 4 for 4 on the night. 4 RBIs and a double to his credit. Hoping to jinx that one a little bit, folks, back at home, as the windup and the deal popped up and over the broadcast booth. So once again, we remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As now Bardo coming set again. 1-1-1. A Tioga down showdown. Bardo delivers. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As he comes back set. Bardo looking in. Stephen Rossi warming up down the bullpen for the Pioneers. Bardo winds, delivers. Low, hops away. This could score a run, and it will, as that will drive in the second run of the inning on the pass ball. 9-6, the score now. So Bardo heads back to the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third as Stephen Rossi continues to get loose. Pioneers trailing by just 3. Top of the 9th, still to come. The Pioneers now moving into that prevent defense. That one is fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Bardo heads back to the mound. Bardo threw 2 really great innings back there in the 6th and the 7th. Just unable to carry it through here in the 8th. The windup and the pitch hit hard down the line. This is going to clear the base pass. As that will be 2 more runs batted in and another double on the night for Logan Kellerman, who's now 5 for 5, scoring his second double and 6 RBIs on the night. Gives the Pioneers a 5-run deficit now, and that will do it for Bardo, I believe, as he's going to have to surrender the ball, and out will come Stephen Rossi as he comes out of the bullpen. So once again, hold on, maybe not. Thought I saw Rossi coming in. He's still tossing in the bullpen out there. As you hear the fans making their commentary, Bardo heads out, and now Rossi will make his way out of the bullpen. So, Stephen Rossi, number 37 out of Suffolk, comes in. He heads out to the mound. Bardo will head in towards the dugout, having pitched 2 very just ran into some trouble here in the 9th inning. So Rossi, who had a rough outing the other night back at home, will try to redeem himself and get through these 2 outs here. 6'1", 200-pound freshman out of Suffolk by way of Corning, New York. Stephen put together a scoreless 2-hit, 4-walk, 8-strikeout effort over 6 innings in his collegiate debut, a 6-0 shutout of Wentworth on March 9th, giving him GNAC Rookie of the Week honors. Also recorded in a win in Game 2 versus Norwich, allowing 3 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout with 4.2 innings of work back on March 24th. We'll take a break, step aside. When we come back, hopefully the Pioneers can work out of it and go back to work in the top of the ninth. And with that, we are back here. Stephen Rossi has made his way out of the bullpen and onto the pitcher's mound. Rough night for Bardo. He came in, pitched a great sixth, a great seventh, and then just got caught up in it here in the eighth. Bases were loaded, and then they got unloaded. The windup from Rossi is hammered towards third base, caught up there, thrown over to first, and the second out of the inning is made. So Rossi on one pitch brings the inning closer to a close here in the bottom of the eighth. 5-run deficit as White will head back up to the plate. So Galaney 0 for 3. Thursel, White 0 for 4. See what his approach is here. He takes ball one as that one was inside from Rossi. Once again, coming set is Stephen Rossi working out the stretch. He winds and deals inside yet again. 2 balls, no strikes. As White comes set, stares out at Rossi on the mound. Rossi sets, winds, deals, and in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. There we go. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out as White continues to look for his first hit of the ball game. High, 3 balls, 1 strike. White has been on base, or on a fielder's, excuse me, he hasn't. It was a fielder's choice to end the inning. My apologies. As once again, 0 for 4. The wind and deal in there for strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as the Pioneers try to close out here in the top, or in the bottom of the eighth, excuse me. Trailing now 11-6. That 4 runs so far here in this inning has really hurt, as that one's in there for a ball. So White earned his first trip to first with a walk, as that'll bring up Brainy Rojas. Rojas coming up, and again, trying to work his way through this one. We'll see what Rossi comes up with here. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Over the top of the head of Rojas, right back to the catcher, and lucky rebound back. And now a new pitcher will be entering the game for Geneva. When we come back, we'll tell you all about it. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right. Pioneers coming to bat. They've got 3 offensive outs remaining, and they'll hope to use every single one of them here tonight, trailing by 5. New pitcher entering the game, Maxwell Barsamian. Barsamian comes in. He's a left-handed pitcher from Trinity in Connecticut. He's a freshman up there from Weston, Massachusetts. As he enters the game, 3.60 ERA. He's got the decision and the loss in one of the games. He's appeared in 3 of them. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, and 6 base on balls, but 12 strikeouts. So impressive numbers for Barsamian. We'll see what the Pioneers roster can do against him, as he will take on the teeth of it, Henneman, Harmon, and Buffington. Anyone gets on, they'll see Bryce Moskowitz. So we'll see. Henneman 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts here tonight, as now we'll see the throwdown. And that will lead to Henneman's approach to the plate. The pitching staff heading out, or excuse me, the coaching staff heading out to the first batter or coaching boxes. As now Henneman 0 for 4 comes out in the lone playoff game last year against this team from Geneva. Trevor was responsible for driving in 2 of Elmire's 5 runs. The windup and the pitch. Henneman with a big swing there, strike 1. So Barsamian coming set again. Henneman looks out. Barsamian winds and deals in there for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Pios trailing by 5 runs. Lots of ground to make up here. As again, the wind and the pitch outside there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Henneman keeping himself alive as he waits. Next pitch. The windup and the throw. Connected with by Henneman, but it's pushed back towards the parking lot, and we want to remind you once again, make the right decision, insist on Gerber collision. As now Henneman steps back in. He will wait. The windup and the pitch. Connected again back towards the parking lot. And once again, our friends at Gerber Collision and Auto Glass remind you, for any of your automotive needs, give them a shout today. As once again, Henneman coming set. Pioneers trailing by 5, 11 to 6. The windup and the pitch. High ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As once again, the pitcher Barsamian comes set, winds and delivers, swinging strike number 3. So there's the first out of the inning. Well, we have a moment. We'd like to thank our amazing pregame show sponsor, Miller's Mowing. If your field isn't in game day shape, give them a call, 607-302-8226, and get your field game day ready today. Trey Harmon, 1 for 1, 2 base on balls, double and a hit by pitch. See what Harmon can do here. Harmon waits. Barsamian delivers and taken for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. 11 to 6 the score in favor of Geneva. As Harmon waits. The pitch. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. Harmon gets set. Barsamian kicks his leg, delivers. Big swing there by Harmon. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pioneers trying to close the gap here. Of Charles Lefebvre. As once again, Barsamian coming set. He winds, delivers. Big swinging strike for strike 3. Harmon 1 for 2 now. And he's got the strikeout. So that'll bring up Quinn Buffington. Buffington 1 for 4, has a double, 2 strikeouts, and an RBI. Buffington steps back in. Barsamian staring him down. He winds up, delivers, outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Buffington looking to himself going here. The windup and the pitch. Buffington hits it out there. It's popped up, and this should do it. That'll be the end of the game. So the Pioneers are going to take the loss, as Charles Lefebvre will be the here. Just a bad day all around for the Pioneers. Started off terrible and didn't get much better. They did rebound a couple times, pulled back within a run, but weren't able to get the job done. I'll tell you the change of the whole complexion of the game. Logan Kellerman's 5 for 5 day, 6 RBIs. He literally did exactly what the Pioneers did all day long from an entire lineup from just one person. That being said, the Pioneers will be back in action here on Tuesday as they continue this 3-game road trip, and we'll see what they can do as we head back out on the road. Until then, we will be with you live on Facebook and, of course, on all our social media. We thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure to keep up with us at theelmirapioneers.com. I'm John Clement. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, Elmira.